All right, hello, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host, Larry, and we're back for another hardware review, taking a look at the Tonor TC-777 USB microphone, which is from the company by the same name of Tonor, and they were nice enough to send me one so that I could review it and see how it performs when I compare it to some of my other microphones. And so right off the bat, I can say, for a more budget end of the scale microphone, this is actually pretty robust, pretty easy to set up. I mean, it comes out of the box already assembled like this. You just need to remove a bit of the wrapping. It's got a pop shield that comes in the box. It's got its own little pop shield hood, and it's even got a stand, and you can screw that off, and then you can put this onto your boom microphone arm like you already had everything already set up and ready to go. And honestly, if you just took it out and started messing around with it like you're a radio show host or something, out about talking to people on the street, it probably wouldn't behave too badly. It's a nice robust microphone, and I like this little holding cage for it too, for the boom arm, because it's literally just a couple sets of rubber bands that just holds the whole thing in place so it can be springy, but then it can still hear everything that you're trying to talk to everybody about. So it makes it a lot easier to use this on your desk. So without further ado, while I screw this piece back on so it sits nicely on my desk, we're going to do two things. We're going to do a little unboxing of this particular microphone, and then I'm going to show you how it sounds compared to my Yeti Studio Pro microphone, which it's not the best microphone. Like, I can definitely buy way more expensive ones, but it's on the more expensive side of the scale, whereas the Tonor microphone is what I would say is on the more budget-minded side of the scale, but still packs one heck of a punch. All right, starting out over here in the unboxing video, the microphone comes in a nice slide-off top box. It fits in there real snugly, and the one thing that's really good about this is it's prepared and packaged with its own foam lining, so you know that the microphone is not going to be damaged. The different specifications are here on the side. It's a cardioid microphone, 44.1 kilohertz, 16-bit. You can see the frequency response and other technical details there. And then you've got the contact information on the bottom of the box with all of the appropriate labels. And so it comes off, like I mentioned, just sliding off. You just pull off the lid, provided you don't, death grip it like me and then get it stuck, so you have to use both hands. And then inside, the whole microphone comes completely pre-set up and arranged in its own stand. All you have to do is pull out the instruction manual, which will help you get it set up no matter if you're on Mac or PC. They've got pretty detailed instructions for both. And then they've also got the warranty card to let you know how to take care of any problems that you might have had with the hardware getting damaged, especially in transit. And then really all you have to do is remove the protective plastic coating from the pop shield, and you're pretty much good to start recording whenever you want. As you can see here, it's got its own little stand, which you can just pop open and just stick on your desk. And the whole thing, I would say, if you just went out to the store, or you just got home and this package was waiting for you on your doorstep, you could pop this open, install it on your computer in about 10 minutes, and then go record within, 10-15 minutes. The pop shield's pretty nice. It's a kind of a dual layer membrane that's snugly pinched between the two little cover plates. And the arm on it is actually really nice. It doesn't wobble around like a lot of the different snake arms that I've had for pop shields over the years, although mostly I use just a little foam cover for mine. This one also comes with a foam cover. I would honestly say with the foam cover for this thing, having played with it a little bit, you really don't need to have the pop shield immediately in front of it or use it at all. In fact, you could just use this in your hand to talk and nothing bad would happen therein. The stand is really nice. It's just a couple of rubber bands holding it together on top and bottom. And the construction of the microphone as well is really nice. It's not made out of metal. It's actually a really light plastic that's really nice and thick around the body, so it's not gonna, get broken or cracked immediately if you smack it on your desk or you drop it. But it's definitely, it's definitely a microphone. Don't bash it on the wall. So it's well constructed. It's got a good plug on the base that's not going to wiggle out and rip out immediately when you start using it. I know bending cables this way and that way makes hardware kind of mad at you. And the stand, again, is pretty nice. I mean, it's not going to bolt it together and hold it in place against an earthquake, but it'll hold it nicely. It's definitely snug out of the box. I'm feeling it right now as I rewatch this video. And it'll hold it for you so you can position this microphone however you like when it's on your desk. All right, so that's just how you unbox this lovely microphone, and this is actually how you're supposed to orient it with the pop. Let me turn that around, actually. With the pop shield directly in front, just like so. You can see the logo here, and then the pop shield is supposed to go like this, and then you talk into it like so. And it's, it's very small. It's very easy to fit this on your desk wherever you have it. Obviously, mine, just to show you the comparison here, is a little bit bigger. So if you can fit a microphone like this on your desk somewhere, you can definitely fit this pretty much anywhere. And it'll, again, this just pops right off on the bottom so that you can screw it on to an arm. So let's go ahead and listen to what this bad boy sounds like. Let me just move my little webcam over here. And then we can look at my other monitor and listen to what this bad boy sounds like. So what I've done is I've pre-recorded some of this microphone both with and without editing. So what it would sound like if it was just being played live without any filters going on, any second or third party, software keeping all of the different background noise out. And then I've also edited it, and then I'll compare it with my studio microphone as well. All right, so to start out with, I figured one of the best ways to test a microphone is without actually putting it through any type of editing, because a lot of people, especially people new to using audio equipment, they're not going to put a lot of filters on their microphone, and they're not really going to necessarily know how to edit it. So most of what you're going to hear is what's right out of the box and all of the. So as you can see, it doesn't sound too bad out of the box. It doesn't pick up a lot of my breathing noises. A lot of microphones, including this one, if you just have them on without having to do a lot of fine tuning of the audio input settings, you can hear a lot of breathing noises. You can hear any fans or TVs going on upstairs, anything like that. Mostly what you're hearing is my secondary computer's fan in the background going off because it's a little bit warm today, and a little bit of the background room ambiance, but really not too bad, all things considered. You can clearly hear my voice, and it's very, very good quality. So if we go ahead and listen to it with the edit over here, the second major test is what does this microphone sound like once I put it through my typical editing process that I use in all of my different video works and my voiceovers. And honestly, it sounds pretty good. This is a microphone that runs for about $35 right now on sale on Amazon. Typically retails for around $45 to $50. And honestly, it sounds pretty good. I mean, for a more budget end of the scale microphone, this is actually pretty nice. So you can see and you can hear as well, once you kind of give it a little bit more oomph and a little bit more body with a couple of edits and maybe a round through a compressor, it sounds really nice. The only thing I would say compared to more high-end microphones that I've experimented with, it loses a little bit of the deeper tones of your voice simply because of the stats on what it records that you could see there on the box earlier. But other than that, I mean, if you gave it a little boost to the lower tones in an editor, it would be indistinguishable from a more expensive microphone, and it would put it right up there with competitors from things like Yeti themselves with the Blue Snowball or the Nessie, and a whole bunch of other really cheap compressor and condenser microphones that you can grab right off of Amazon with all the guts built into them. So let's go over here and let's compare it to what it sounds like when you listen to the Yeti Pro. So the Yeti Pro, this is the raw version. And here's a sample of the raw audio input that comes from my Yeti Pro microphone that I use for everything. It's definitely on the more expensive end of the scale as far as microphones go, and it does sort of have a little bit more of a well-rounded sound, especially when I run it through the editor. So there you can see, if you just boost the volume on the Tonor, and I did turn this down because out of the box, this does need a little bit of audio tweaking to make sure it doesn't clip out your audio, because it's a very powerful and very sensitive microphone. If you're right up against it, like I was testing earlier, you're going to have some very loud audio. So you can have it at a good distance from your face, and you'll still be able to hear yourself really well. You don't have to be this close to it. So, you know. And then if you edit it, it just sounds like the other one, but with a more deeper tone to it. Now, if I take a minute to edit my Blue Yeti Pro audio, and there you can kind of hear, I don't need to play a lot of it, that it just has a slightly more of the bass tones, but honestly, if I were to put these back to back and just do a little bit more editing to the Tonor microphone, this thing would be a good contender to replace my Yeti Studio microphone if I ever needed to. I just hang on to this bad boy, and if I ever needed a backup, this could be plugged in, and most people probably wouldn't even know the difference after I edited it and put it up onto YouTube. So what I can say is the Tonor microphone USB cardioid microphone C-777, it's a good microphone. It's got a nice, good construction to it. It's got good quality audio for recording, both with and without a bunch of editing. I would definitely recommend this microphone for purchase. It's really easy to use. It's on the lower end of the scale for expensive, so that you can grab this without breaking the bank and having to spend $200 on a microphone. And most of the Tonor microphones do a really nice job because all of them are designed so that they're really within a good budget. They go from between $30 to close to $100, both on their website, and they're usually cheaper on Amazon when they go on sale. So this is a microphone that you'll have a lot of good utility for. Oh, and something else I suppose I should mention, because this does come up as a question from a lot of people that buy microphones like this. This doesn't really require you to have any real drivers installed on your system in order to use it. You just plug it in, and then you open up your sound settings to adjust the levels of your microphone so it doesn't blow out your recording devices, and this thing is basically ready to go. So yeah, the Tonor C-777 USB microphone, definitely a good buy. Check this out for yourself on Amazon, and I'll if you're curious, obviously the name is in the title of the video. I'll put a link to Amazon so you can look at this, and also a link to their website so you can look at this. I don't have a sponsored link or anything. It's just a regular plain one, so I'm not getting paid per click on that one. So check it out, see what you think, and shop around and compare it to other microphones that you might be interested in getting. This one's definitely a contender. So that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will catch you next time. I've got some more video reviews coming in the not too distant future, because some other folks have sent me some more hardware. So stay tuned. And until next time, bye everybody, and have a good one.